Good morning, 47. The board has sanctioned Eric Soda's for termination. After Colorado, we did some digging into Soda's private affairs and discovered that he has been fast-tracked for critical heart surgery at the hyper-exclusive Gama Private Hospital in Hokkaido, Japan. Such a display of power has Providence written all over it. Sodas, who suffers from a rare condition known as situs inversus, where his internal organs are reversed, desperately needs a right-sided heart transplant and has clearly betrayed the ICA to get it. He was admitted last night and is currently being prepped for a 3-day surgery. We have booked you into Gama under the usual guise of Tobias Reaper, corporate shark, here for a standard medical checkup. As such, you will need to play it by ear and procure whatever tools you need to complete the mission. You also need to eliminate Yuki Yamazaki, a Tokyo lawyer who works for Providence. Sodas has already given Yamazaki access to our client records and has agreed to provide a full list of active ICA operatives post-operation. This transaction cannot be allowed to happen. Sodas must pay for his treachery, and his insidious employers must be taught a lesson. ICA's sovereignty is at stake. Powerful as Providence may be, we need to draw a line in the sand. I will leave you to prepare.
And welcome everybody to another match of Roulette Raceway 2. Match between Papa Levi and ChromeX. Nope, totally not Papa Levi. Why is that name still on there? And the cast, I have no idea, I fucked up. Anyway, with me here is In4Fun. Welcome.
Hello everyone, hey Curry.
Why did that not change? That like, they made no sense there. It's MattySpice versus ChromeX. Yes, it is. Why is that totally not a wrong name there? Wrong stream. Professional Shoutcaster. Confirmed. Alright. Yeah.
So, quick news. I'm not sure if you catch that, but you were setting up still. But I gave 2 more minutes to MattySpice, who is offline, and he said that he is going to be ready by 10 past the hour, which is not the case. Hopefully we don't have to delay much.
I'm sure it will be fine. So yeah, another 2 minutes for us to explain what is even happening here. This is a match of Roulette Raceway, community event hosted by my dear co-caster In4Fun. Which adds a little bit of a twist to the standard roulette, I'd say, by, well, the loser of a map picks the next map that's gonna get played. And it's first to 6 with a 30-minute timer.
Yeah, once we get started, it will be an exciting and even match, as it usually is, but we still need a couple more minutes, and I think the issue was that Matty didn't go live, but he was ready, just the stream wasn't ready, but I think he's now firing up the whatever, the OBS and stuff. I will mention in chat, but now he's live to me, so we are ready to go in 45 seconds.
Awesome. Yeah, first map was chosen by RNG from the pool of 6 random short maps, which are, let me see if I can recall them from the top of my head. No, I can't. What is this is Sapienza? Sapienza, the other season 1 short map?
Paris and Hokkaido.
Paris, okay. Paris, Hokkaido, Whittleton Creek, New York, and probably Dubai and Dartmoor.
Exactly.
Are the 6 maps. 2 maps were also banned, and no, not only 2, but 4 maps were banned for this entire match. They are Haven Island, very sad about that, Santa Fortuna, Colorado, and Dartmoor.
Which meant that Dartmoor couldn't be this first map, which was Hokkaido after a random spin. And speaking of spin, here is the first one already, if you want to write it down, Curry.
Sure. Eric Soders shall get eliminated using a silenced SMG as the resort security, and Yuki Yamazaki using an assault rifle as a ninja. Right, so basically forcing the start with that, with the ninja disguise.
Probably if you start ninja, it's the most straightforward start and loadout. If you get a Yuki motorcyclist or baseball player, then you also know that sauna's happening. So this is why I feel like it's a straightforward start to this match. Of course, not the easiest, because it's a hostile disguise for Yuki, but I think it is going to be fine for them.
Yeah, definitely ChromeX already loaded in. He started as the ninja, brought his silenced SMG, and also has a briefcase in hand, which I assume contains his assault rifle.
I guess one notable thing about the spin that it's 2 firearms and not a forced non-suit start, which is rare, but it happens in Hokkaido. This means no darts for this spin. Probably wouldn't be needed anyway, because these guys aren't the hardest, but worth keeping in mind that people might be reliant on darts. But it's definitely not Chrome and probably not Matty, so should be fine.
Definitely, yeah, ChromeX. Both players going with different approaches here, which is nice to see. ChromeX went instantly into the morgue and is now disguised as the bodyguard, luring a resort security, while MattySpice went to the helipad and has gone into the side room beneath it to grab that pretty free resort security, and is now also on his way into the morgue.
You're the curator's research aide, right? Let me guess.
Rome has about 25-second lead in game time wise, which could prove crucial, because they might catch, or they are very likely to catch Yuki at the same time. The path to the sauna isn't the hardest, especially that they got so much time.
Yeah.
So it could be a close one.
Soda's down.
Definitely. Chrome
To be honest,
killed
I'm not sure
Soders.
what to feel about this one. Well, that's for another time.
Even,
Yamazaki awaits.
I mean, the path to the sauna isn't the hardest, although there are a couple of options. So I'm curious what they'll actually end up going for. Because you can either go through inside or through the outside, and even then there are multiple different ways.
Yeah, this is the crucial part of the spin, getting to the sauna in the hostile disguise, and that is going to be a ChromeX restart, getting caught by the Smoke Doctor, the only person who didn't take care of, and another restart on the other side, Matty getting ripped by the Morgue Doctors by trying to do the wall bang. This was going to be such a simple race to who is the first to finish first try. Now they are both on the second try.
Yeah, now the pressure starts kicking in, because this is I'd say pretty basic Hokkaido spin, and you've now ripped once on it, and well, your opponent might not have ripped at all in this map.
Oh, that is totally on their minds, because now we're going to reach 4 minutes, about 4.5 in a bit, which is the timing for first try sauna.
Okay.
So after that, or most likely during that point, they will be thinking about, well, they can't hear the done or the finish sound because we don't have Diana in this tournament mode, but they will be expecting the finish anytime now.
Indeed. Both sticking with their strat for now, getting different resort securities,
You're the curator's
but still
research
end up
aide,
in the morgue at around the same time.
Nice corners to do with Chrome, and yeah, interesting that the two closest resort securities. Oh, that's a nice thing though. The two closest resort securities are opposite ends from the morgue, and they went for different ones. But both should work out for them.
Indeed. Now Chrome went with the wall bang again, hit it and got the
Soda's
kill
down.
on Soders.
To be honest, I'm not sure what to feel about this one.
Matty's going for
That's for another
extra
time.
KOs.
Yamazaki awaits.
So in case of a wallbang, I'm not quite sure who will investigate and where. If they investigate upstairs or down in the morgue. So I think Matty's making the right decision by hiding these bodies. He will have time to get to the sauna anyway.
Definitely. So
Kill,
Matty,
so now
yeah,
both.
hitting the kill now.
Soda's down. To be honest, I'm not sure what to
Yeah,
feel about this
Chrome
one.
now in the sauna is
That's for another
interacted
time.
with that little panel to
Yamazaki
make it
awaits.
even hotter to clear it out, which is the only required step for Yuki to self-isolate her, and at this point it's just a waiting game for him.
And the crazy thing is that because the in-game time is so close, if Matty can get to the sauna in time, then they are basically even. That's a big if, and now he KO'd the handyman, which was... Oh, I can see now why, because he wants to go this way, and
Yeah,
it's
but
going
now
to be
they're-
quite a trip for Matty.
Ooh. Photo finish? Yeah, no photo finishes in Raceway here. For the sake of our volunteer admins and everything else, there are no photo finishes in
Oh,
Raceway.
Matty!
The no fucking whoosh sound is bullshit.
Telling about the new apparently new no whoosh sound option. Is there actually something like that? I didn't actually figure it out yet.
That is true,
they
and
just
that
ripped
is
their-
so
their
unfortunate. We
remote
were talking about it earlier today, not with him, but like the community
Yeah.
that
Sounds
since
like
the
a
NV
throttle
patch,
whoosh, but no, I
the
don't fucking
the
get that.
escalation came in, basically the whoosh sound disappeared, which is
Like
which is,
entirely?
entirely. There is no whoosh sound in the game for me at all, and I think for others as well. I think it's general,
Wow.
and
Okay.
and it changes so much, as you could see with this restart.
That's both targets down. Time
Yeah,
for
definitely.
done here.
Might be PC only because Phase on PS doesn't have it.
Maybe. Anyway, I guess that's gonna be hot fixed soon. At least I hope so. But ChromeX got the kill down in the meantime, is exiting. Typing the done. And also showing the 5 stars right there. That's a 1 cleared spin. And 1 map win to ChromeX. Very well done.
It could have been so close, of course, if Matty didn't get caught trespassing.
Yeah,
And this is going to trip up so many people in the near future until this is fixed, and we could see the first competitive map of of Roulette already. Someone tripping over it, and I was already thinking about how much it would hurt me personally because I rely on the sound so much. And
We received your message.
yeah. I mean, the
Basically,
sound is
it's
a
clear,
huge
right?
part of that whoosh thing.
Honestly,
I mean,
could've
there is
just
the
hacked the poor
indicator,
guy.
but I wonder how it is. I know some people. I think Asian 420 even plays without the whoosh indicator. So at this point, he doesn't have anything anymore to like see if he's getting whooshed or not.
there's nothing more realistic than that. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's not what you were expecting.
definitely not. But the next map pick by MattySpice, because he lost this map, is gonna be Sapienza in just a couple of minutes. In the meantime, I'm gonna show you the mission briefing and set everything up for Sapienza.
Good morning, 47. Morning, 47. Your destination is the coastal town of Sapienza, also known as the Jewel of the Amalfi Coast. Your target is a former client of ours, Silvio Caruso, a brilliant but troubled bioengineer employed by the Ether Biotech Corporation. Renowned for his early stem cell research, Caruso is now reportedly working on a far more disturbing project. A DNA-specific virus able to infect anyone, anywhere in the world. Imagine a bullet, fired in any direction, passing through countless bodies without inflicting harm, invisible and undetectable until it strikes its target. A world of armchair assassins killing with impunity. This is what awaits us, unless Caruso is stopped. Our client, one of Ether's major private stockholders, wants the project cancelled on ethical grounds, but without destroying the company in the process. She has asked us to eliminate Silvio Caruso and destroy the yet unfinished virus prototype. You will also need to deal with Caruso's lab head, Francesca DeSantis, a high-level Ether employee and cutthroat corporate climber who holds intimate knowledge of Caruso's research and could potentially carry on in his place. This is no ordinary contract, 47. Caruso's virus is a serious threat to our craft and trade, not to mention our core ideals. So failure is not an option. I'll leave you to prepare.
And we are back for the second map for MattySpice vs ChromeX Roulette Raceway match. It's gonna be Sapienza, chosen by MattySpice now. Spin will arrive in 1 minute. The prediction is still open until
this game.
Till the spin arrives.
This game is AAA. Fucking Mario Party.
Yeah, this is all on my mind. It's probably not that important in terms of in the grand scheme of things, but playing without a whoosh, I will get over it in a couple of maps, but that's my sadness. I know people were upset when shoulder swap was removed, of course. They couldn't really understand how did it be such a difference. It would be me, Chris. Am I muted, or have I been muted for the last 25
You
minutes?
shouldn't be. It might have been MattySpice, though. I have his sound unmuted, and he has been talking.
Matty is the one talking. Yeah, I had to mute in my end.
I don't have anyone muted right now. However, if he is gonna talk over us a lot, I might just lower that volume a little bit. Yeah, no whoosh sound. Definitely something we don't want. And the
No
next
whoosh
spin
meta.
is live. Do you want to go ahead and run it down for us?
Sure. Map number 2 of this match is Silvio Caruso drowning a store clerk, Francesca DeSantis, silence pistols Roberto Vargas.
Interesting disguises. Sapienza, one of the maps, if not the map with the most disguises.
Yeah, that and Miami are definitely battling
Oh yeah,
for the
Miami
lead.
also has a lot of disguises, that's true.
And two basically unique ones. There are 2 store clerks in the Sapienza map, only one viable, so you basically just go for the free one in the Sanguine store. And Roberto himself is interesting in a way that it's always tough without thematics, and if it's always slow with thematics, so that will be.
I definitely learned my lesson about Roberto during Team Roulette, where he was part of a spin and I had no strats for him before that match. But I was able to figure it out, luckily.
Another change, Chris mentions it really well, that the famous Sapienza door has been fixed, the keycard door.
Has it actually been fixed?
Indeed, between the room below the kitchen and the balcony above the chapel square.
You didn't tell me your cousin was back in town.
And I was just gonna say that no one ever goes for this store clerk, and you can see MattySpice here, not going the free one, but going for the one in the hairdresser shop, and he's on 1 restart. We'll see if he wants to grind this out. It's early restarts for these guys. Or he can always just go for the free one later. True, Chris.
ChromeX now got a medic syringe, not a medic, a sedative syringe on Roberto, who spawned in the, I guess, more favorable position.
That was barely not an illegal action. He got away with it. He's caught on camera, but that's the least of his worries. He has the disguise now, and
Your cousin was back in
he can easily go for Francesca first cycle now.
Do I detect a certain attraction to the dashing private detective from Milan?
Oh, what of it? He's cute.
Definitely, he just needs to find his way inside here now.
He's here about a case. The client is Francesca DeSantis.
He has plenty of time. He can certainly
Really? Wonder what she
open
wants
this
with
door or
son.
just climb through the window, which is even safer. And he is on his way now to Francesca.
Streets over.
Second try for Matty, getting this store clerk. But two people see this body. One can go for a guard, but the other one will just always look at this body. So unless he wants to use a second corner shot, this is going to be difficult.
Nope. Last second got spotted. Unlucky. Yeah, as you said, the lady that was standing further away ran for a guard, but the other one just turned around and walked away, and then turned back and spotted him within the last like second of the disguise change.
Yeah, probably if you want to get this disguise with one item, then it would be the snail with its big area of effect, or use both your calmer darts, perhaps. This is going to be difficult for Matty, and he is now 2 minutes behind Chrome, who is going to get the first kill now.
That is Francesca DeSantis.
It's not even necessary for him to take out the bodyguard. He can just shoot her and dump her immediately. Get out before the guard turns back.
I know who is. Just don't.
Which he does, and I almost said that this is the perfect timing for the Silvio isolation, but there is no such need for that. Silvio is a live kill. It's a drowning too, so it is going to be done in the bathroom. In a bathroom, probably Francesca's.
And I assume he brought some sort of seeker or other tool, a medic tool maybe, to get Silvio sick.
Yeah, Chrome is thinking about how to approach this one, because he has the hidden stash in the pantry. Or is it like the room next to the kitchen?
Yeah, I think.
But he's just passing in there, and that was all on the other side. And nice backflip from the
Yeah, holy
woman.
shit, that was quite impressive.
Walk away.
Matty has never been close to getting this disguise, this spin.
Who saw me?
And he is
Fuck
once again
you,
just half a
you
second too
dumb
slow.
bitch.
Or rather, the window is half a second too small, because he really is trying his best with the timings. This is just a nightmare room to get this disguise.
That's for secret.
Yeah, definitely. Meantime, ChromeX changed into I think that's Mansion Staff. That's what it's called, and is
It is.
yeah, has now used the now fixed
Like waiting for
door, but it's getting spotted.
And it is the
Shooting
Jackie
distraction.
Carrington duplicate who is spotting that. Wasn't even sure that the bullet distraction. I think he wanted to distract the housekeeper who is cleaning the sanguine shop. But
That is Silvio
I know that you can also rip the crowbar in that door, but this also just seemed overcomplicating this disguise, which both of them are doing, and Matty is going to use a seeker and a calmer to secure this disguise now.
Yeah, and he obtained it. Worked out in the end. Just needs to get up to the mansion now. He can still make the timing for Francesca. Is in the wrong disguise for that, but that is not an issue for him.
Thought I heard something. Francesca.
Luckily for Matty, of course, Chrome also restarted, which means it's an even game, and if Matty opts for a Francesca isolation at 2.5 minutes and then runs down, makes Silvio sick and get the kill, then I would say Matty is in the lead now, but of course they both have a lot to do.
Yeah, lots of possibilities here. MattySpice already having the disguise that's arguably farther away from the mansion than the other one. Is definitely an advantage to MattySpice right now.
Oh no, I hope Pidge isn't right, because then it's going to be even more trouble for
I
him
mean,
if Roberto is woken up and he just falls. Let's hope the physics itself don't work enough so that Roberto dies after that.
yeah, I mean that already looked while he was he got sedated. Already looked to me like he was gonna fall down, but in the end he didn't.
Matty has a decision now, I think. So he also opted not to get Francesca. He's going fully for Silvio at the moment. But he was also looking at the Vargas disguise and he wanted to make him sick, I believe. But this is his last seeker shot, so he will have to think of a non-emetic way to get this disguise. Because of course he wants to make Silvio sick, and that's target lockdown, but how is it a green gun target lockdown?
We still get
That is
I'm not sure.
super weird.
It
You know what,
has to be restarted, in my opinion, because I think after lockdown you don't get the sickness back.
Yeah, it won't be. I don't think it will. The sickness will kick in.
It just
There is a free one.
yeah, unfortunately, because if you are one floor above, then NPCs don't tend to see you, but in this literal situation, when you shoot the observatory panel, then what Silvio does is look towards the sky, look towards the telescope. So he will, of course, see 47 right there. It's quite unfortunate this time.
I mean, NPCs not looking up. I think I learned that one with steers very recently.
The alternative is, of course, the gun flash. I didn't consider that as much because I saw the two guards were already facing away from Silvio, but I think he just made a seeker shot just a bit too early than the guard was still looking.
Yeah, probably, maybe. We'll never find out, but he has to restart right now. In the meantime, Chrome already got Francesca killed again. And, oh yeah, if I heard Matty correctly while we were talking earlier, I think he just found out that there is, in fact, a free disguise on a free store clerk on the map.
That is definitely good news. Oh, but he gets
That made me really.
still gets compromised by this housekeeper, which Chrome ripped to, or trying to avoid him was Chrome's demise. And now we can see Chrome try again. Chrome overtakes Vargas himself. Where is he going though? I'm
Yeah, I'm kind of curious
exactly
what
sure.
Chrome's pathing he is right now.
I'm more curious about Roberto's pathing outside the mansion, but of course that's not what matters for this match. Matt is going inside the mansion in suit, or tries to. He just goes for the store clerk instead. And Chrome will try again to get into this sanguine shop with a bullet distraction, which doesn't work, but instead it will distract two NPCs which he didn't want to distract. But although this opens the door, that is, if planned, a genius move.
I think that might actually have been his plan. So that getting, because I mean, I think it's rather known that you can get NPCs to open doors for you if you like somehow distract them into the door, or like to open the get them to open the door by, for example, an audio distraction. But I don't think I've ever seen it with a bullet distraction.
That's a great way to get into this room and get this disguise. might just earn him 2 points here because he has now his second. And he's going to go for the Silvio kill.
Indeed. One Silvio kill and the secondary objective of the virus is everything that's between him and 2 more juicy points.
Historic moment. ChromeX went back to the mansion using the formerly broken door. Used the key card to go into the room. Picks up the hidden stash now, which is most certainly a seeker. And he will probably just shoot the panel, wait for Silvio, make him sick, get rid of the cards, and get the drowning kill done.
Indeed. In terms of MattySpice, a few minutes less in-game time than Chrome, but also has the store clerk. And is now inside the mansion.
Why is the guy here again?
Nice race for the Silvio kill. The difference is that Chrome has the Francesca kill down, so he's definitely in the lead by far. Matty is getting this one together as well. Chrome is going to use this time to get rid of the virus.
Oh, does he not have an EMP? Or did he just
You made it.
look that way
Virus
because
prototype will
he
be
felt
close
like
by.
it?
Look for some type of quarantine unit.
I looked at the inventory quickly and I didn't see any MP there.
Yeah,
Will
no,
it
actually I
be-
don't think he has.
Got Silvio.
He's
Will
gonna
it be
try
a
and
pistol
snipe it.
snipe? Yeah.
Oh. No, that's hitting someone. Not the virus though.
After 3 body shots, he thinks better of it, which is a good
This
decision, I think.
shit's really pissing me off.
Matty, on the other hand, gets
Like, I
target
didn't know I
lockdown
was getting seen.
again,
Or you
or just gets compromised by Silvio. It is Gunflash again, I'm seeing the replay now. He made Silvio sick, but kept the gun equipped, which was seen by Silvio's guard. So that is another restart for Matty.
Yes, and now ChromeX up here again. Made Silvio sick now. All he needs to, well, get to is him in a bathroom or in this Francesca's bathroom.
This might be a tough one. Or maybe if he takes his time and just distracts the guards one by one, he can clear this, but those are going to be 2 guards which will not go away.
Yeah, I think that might have been his hopes there, that those guards would just leave Silvio
There should be an audible
like
sound.
outside the door or something, as
Fucking
some bodyguards
tell me I'm
do.
about to get
It's good news for Chrome that the Throne Distraction will get them out. Goes for Chandler.
Now, for corner subdue, it seems.
Seems to work. 1 more KO to go. The 60-second timer is ticking down. Silvio won't be puking for long, but he might just be able to do this. Oh, Gunflash,
my
soft
God.
lockdown. Still green guns gets around Silvio, who doesn't hear these lockdowns.
Wow.
And after 9 minutes and 15 seconds, Chrome will get the second kill.
That, honestly, I feel like I was so lucky that he didn't get red guns there. That would have been another restart for him. But
Yeah, wow. If this is the same run as the bullet distraction door opening, then this has to be exported and needs to become viral or something.
yeah,
It's such
Also-
a fascinating run.
yeah. Also displaying the broken Sapienza door, which now works. Just amazing.
Yeah, and of course, PC players, so I really strongly believe that Chrome doesn't have whoosh either. which I think made the whole situation just so much harder to improvise on. Yeah, I think we can ask. Sorry, we can ask ChromeX after if, how much of this was intentional.
Yeah. There's the stalactite shoot.
All objectives complete.
All objectives completed, and ChromeX is heading to an exit.
It is out. It's in the
Is
chat.
out.
Pressing done. And of course the 5-star silent assassin is here as well.
Very well done. Chrome takes us to match point after lots of ups and downs on Sapienza on both sides. He is the one coming out on top. And MattySpice will be in the position to pick the next map now as well. He needs to win that one, or at least tie it, in order to have another chance at this.
Yeah, this is the match point for ChromeX. Of course, we saw
I'll pick
a
that
sweep last night, but I was going to mention the first match of the tournament, which started with a 4-0 from Papa Levi's side, and we still went to a decider, a time limit decider, for 4-4, where both players could have won.
Okay.
So it's far from over, and
Definitely lots of room.
Matty has the option to pick a map, which is always going to be an advantage of his.
And
We got the game crash. So
Hitman
happy.
wouldn't be Hitman, I guess, without some game crashes as well.
Yeah, Matty hasn't picked the map yet. He's going to get his game ready first and then pick a map and get the 4-5 minute countdown ready.
Indeed.
Gives both of them more time to just regroup after this one.
Yeah, playing lots of
Yeah,
maps
fucking guy, 3
straight
times
after
the
one
body.
another
Just-
can be very,
Trying to shoot the virus.
very tiring, very... Yeah, just it does something to you if you already played like 3 maps and you still have to be like on top and focus on everything to play another 3 potentially.
I'm going to Whittleton Creek now.
All
I
right.
think he's not hopeful that he's going to win this one because his message was, since I'm going to get 6-0'd. But I'm sure he has a plan for this one, and I can't wait to see what it will be. And the spin, of course.
Definitely. We're gonna go to Whittleton Creek, collect a few clues as to who might win this match along the way. And the first clue I can give to every one of you is the mission briefing.
Gentlemen, let's go over the plan. The first constant is none other than Janus, the legendary Cold War spy master, a KGB senior officer and head of the 6th Column Special Branch at Lubyanka. Janus is a certified genius and expert of counterintelligence. He retired from the KGB in 1988 when he fell out of favor with the Kremlin and defected to the US. Shortly after, the Soviet Union collapsed. Now, it is unclear when Janus stepped down as the constant, but since 2004, he has been a resident of a quiet community in suburban Vermont. Mr. Gray.
Right. So here's the catch. As an elite KGB agent, Janus was trained to withstand interrogation and torture. No amount of pressure will force him to disclose information he doesn't want to. Instead, we will need to search his home for clues. But if Providence learns of our presence, the game is up.
So we frame Janus, make Providence think he was the real Shattered Plant.
Correct. I will file a false ICA report, claiming to have traced a number of calls from Janus's house to the Institute in Romania. The case will seem clear. Mr. Gray was only a figurehead. Janus was pulling the strings all along. And by eliminating him, we will have neutralized the militia, once and for all.
However, for this subterfuge to work, you'll also need to deal with Janus's security detail. A Providence herald and former Secret Service agent by the name of Nolan Cassidy. Intel describes him as diligent and inquisitive, and we cannot risk that he contradicts our story to his employer.
Seems workable.
I certainly hope so. Everything depends on this next move, 47. You made this our fight. Now let's even the playing field.
Welcome everybody to the third and potentially last map of the MattySpice versus ChromeX Roulette Raceway 2 match. We're gonna go to Whittleton Creek now.
So yet Hokkaido is one of the short maps. And this is the second one. Sapienza is almost, but not one of the 6 shortest maps, so that counts as a regular map. And Chrome himself banned another one. Dartmoor won't be played today. So we are going through the quicker maps, and this is the pattern which I've seen so far. But of course, if this is the maps that Matty is more comfortable with, then all power to him, and it's been some enjoyable maps so far.
Yes, definitely. I'm gonna take this short break to thank Plastic Pamero for the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you. Even though I usually don't do that during shoutcasts, but with this nice break, I think it's only fair.
Feel free in community events and whatever, like just we're here to have fun, even if this is a tiny prize money. We just all here to play and watch some roulette between the RRs.
Definitely.
And hopefully some nice change of pace.
Feel like between RR4 and RR5 there were like I felt like there were no roulette related events, and now with like between RR5 and RR6 there's like every week between RR6 and the World Championship, I meant, mixed up the numbers. There's like every week, almost every day there's some roulette that you could watch and like participate in.
Yeah, I have 15 seconds to advertise quickly the World Championship. Not directly advertise, but we are almost in October, and it is going to take part in October, November, and then we'll see how exactly long it takes. So we are definitely getting closer to the World Championship, but for now we are just in the beginning stage of Raceway. So if you want to run down this third spin, then go ahead.
Alright, for Whittleton Creek, Janus shall be eliminated using scissors as the server, and Nolan Cassidy using an loud explosive as Sheriff Masterson. No disguise requirements for clues yet. Maybe that's coming, maybe not. I know it was a thing that was asked in the survey. To give
I wonder how popular that option was. I remember that not many of these extra spices reached 50% or close to it even. But I think there was some talk about Whittleton clues in the chat. So I'm curious to see how it will change for the World Championship.
Definitely.
Yeah, opposing screens for both of them, which might have been a quick heat maps check for the scissors, which is going to be Helen's house. Not the attic, but the floor below. The only scissors are there. They're both starting server, and they are both making their way to the scissor. Probably use the gramophone to get the kill about a minute and a half in. And I think Masterson will be a big question, because Nolan is a remote kill. Can be just detonated at the exit.
Definitely. Sheriff Masterson, unique disguise.
And the tricky one to not mess up, because we have seen people in RR6 and before mixing up the only Sheriff Masterson with every other police deputy. The Masterson disguise is the only one who has long sleeved pants, or not sure how would you say it correctly, but he has a different look, and we will be able to tell immediately if he's the one or not.
Indeed. There's always like well, there's lots of disguises which have like a small variation to them. To have a unique one, for example, Mendoza also has like the standard mercenary and then the head of security, which look pretty similar. But like head of security wears a belt, and there's also a couple of others, other disguises that have really big similarities, but are often ones that are unique.
Or the dancer and the lead actor, which I've definitely had to correct people in the past. Just have to pay attention, and we will see in a minute or so if they can pick the right one. I have faith in them as always.
Always, definitely. Meantime, ChromeX already got the first kill on Janus. Scissors as the server, I think that was done correctly.
Indeed.
And yeah, he put on the guard's disguise here and is now gonna run down to the basement, I assume, to grab a clue and maybe clear off the evidence, although currently he's trying to get into the kitchen. Maybe not.
So these are the things that you can do in Janus's house. You can get the Janus kill, of course, delete the evidence, which Chrome does now, and get the picture, the Ark Society meeting. And the players did it in different orders, so it's hard to say who's ahead, but now Chrome has 2 objectives to Matty's 1, so I would say that Chrome is a bit ahead now, although he had to stop for a bit because he's getting trolled by this enforcer and blocks the hidden stash in the kitchen.
MattySpice trying to use audio distractions, I think, to get Janus in the basement. Not sure if that's something that will work out.
Never seen that before.
Yeah, I mean,
I was hoping someone would go down there, but not even Gunther.
Yeah, and it looks like they'll just resort back to the good old gramophone lure. And use that, since that gets Janus from like almost anywhere. I think as long as he's inside the house or something, he will acknowledge it. And run up to it.
And that will be the isolation done in about half a minute or so. And in the meantime, Chrome got the Sheriff Masterson disguise with a throw to the bushes, which was heard by Masterson, and then a Colmer from afar, so he could change into foliage easily. And he will have pretty nice timing for Nolan isolation. The key timing is 4 minutes and 15 seconds, or 4:20 if you prefer that, which is when Nolan will turn around and make his way to the garage. And he's only followed by his guard in there, so you can just KO 1-2 people and place the micro explosive there.
He's careful not to go too close, or else he might trigger the phone call, which is long dialogue. Long phone call no one will take. It's proxy triggered, if I remember correctly. And like, it will only play fully if you are within proximity of him. Which is something he made sure he isn't.
Another thing he made sure is not KOing Nolan before the guard falls down, because then he would notice Cassidy. So that wasn't a body found, and that's the second kill setup. And Chrome is 1 detonation and 2 kills away from winning this match. Betty himself won't be an issue now. Not at all now that he's sedated.
Ooh, stream buffering, no.
Unbelievable, this happens again. And quick prompt door open has a chance to be a game crash, and I just hope that he's not furiously typing in this chat and that is a game crash, unfortunately.
Ooh, what?
Wow.
Oh my god. That is so unlucky. Alright then.
Last night, we could give Kanata 2 points for not showing essay screen after finishing the mission. But of course, in Roulette, in general, you do have to play the spin and show everything along the way. This is unfortunately a restart for him and puts Matty in the lead by far.
Indeed, Matty in the meantime picked up the Sheriff Masterson disguise as well. And he just missed the timing on Cassidy, if I see it correctly. 6 minutes in, and he's on his front porch again. So Matty will just like take his time and collect some clues in the meantime.
Or he wants to, but Betty was in the shed and was afraid of approaching him and the 2 clues, so he will stay out there. Checks on Cassidy again to see if there's any way of isolating him early. He will let Cassidy go for a few minutes and get the isolation done in 3. And all this talk and Chrome still couldn't load back in, and now he's back in the game. That will be really heartbreaking for him. At the very least, he's 4 points up, so this in itself won't change much in the course of the actual tournament. But it's still heartbreaking.
Definitely. Sadly, in 3 still can be a very unstable game. Numerous crashes. And also MattySpice fighting the hardest of end bosses, the dig prompt.
Someone tell Cobalt
Yeah, definitely.
that we found the cigar box now.
A cigar box with a few cigars
There it
and a
is.
note inside. Well, this is very interesting. The note indicates that the box was given
Yeah, and
to
that is
James
3
by the
clues for
Constant,
Matty
as
and
per tradition.
Justin Nolan to catch and isolate. And
This could mean the
of
Constant
course,
and
if
Janus meet up
he's
on a
staying
regular basis.
nearby Cassidy, then he will trigger all the conversations,
That
which would
is
take more
known
time.
custody. Former
But
Secret
if he
Service
stays
agent
close,
for
then
current Providence
I keep
Parallel,
thinking that he has a
Cassidy
plan
is
for
assigned to protect
isolation in
Janus.
the public, so I'm intrigued to see what happens now.
We now know Janus is meeting with the Constant at an event related
Well,
to the
maybe,
Arts
maybe
Society.
not. Maybe also just
And we
like
have an
stays
approximate
close so
date
he
as
doesn't
well.
lose
I
him or
think that's all we're
something,
going to get.
or miss an
We're close to the
opportunity
finish.
here.
It's time to end this.
Want to go inside? Looks like everyone's invited.
Would be a good time to coax
Yeah, so
some
this is
information out of
so
unsuspecting
this
locals.
itself may not be a
But
proximity
I find
triggered
once the
conversation
food's
because
been served,
I
the beer
already
flows freely,
I always
so the
see
more
him
chatty.
stay here
I
for
think we'll return
a
with
set
the
amount of
burgers
time,
served
15,
with
20
our
seconds. But maybe it's shorter if you are far away. There is one more phone call you want to miss though, next to the exterminator.
Yeah, exactly.
But
That's
yeah.
that's really crucial, however.
Go back to your garage. Why are you coming over to me? Go in your garage.
Yeah, okay, MattySpice telling
Go in
Cassidy
your garage.
now to go into his garage, but it's gonna be a triggered phone call.
Cassidy of Whittleton Creek.
Telling him
Speak
nicely,
to
I
the
hope.
man in charge.
That's you? Very well. Listen.
We get more stream buffering, or at least I get
Oh
it,
my
I don't know.
goodness. Yeah, same here.
Okay, it's back.
My heart drops. So this is match number 3 and 2 crashes already.
I talked to your man here, but he claims he needs to be done with my neighbor's house.
One before
before he
patch
can
and one
remove the
after.
hook to my house. Surely that's some sort of joke.
Just such an unlucky timing of the crash as well, because if Chrome crashed after 2 minutes in game time, then he would be back now and he could maybe taking the lead back,
My lawyers will strip
because
my
his in-game
own
time would have been
business.
like 5.5
You'll
minutes.
be left on the street in your underwear wondering what the hell happened.
And Matty is going to end up with
Make sure you do.
10.5, 11 if everything goes well.
Indeed. However, of course, not entirely done yet. Still needs to get this kill.
If Janus was a trap, perhaps
Chrome showcasing the shoulder stop at least.
this could be valuable
If someone missed it, then now's your chance to do it again.
I haven't been able to find the option for it yet, but sure it's great.
Oh, that's another long story because I believe you have to have a controller connected for the controls menu to show up where you can change.
That's a good point. I was thinking something similar, but then I thought, oh, that would be super inconvenient.
And
I
when you
gave
look
up.
at that, it is super inconvenient. What's convenient though is Matt is going to get these 2 points unless something info jinx happens. Detonate. Trigger 3 seconds from the exit. Leave the mission.
And that is
Green
now
guns.
taken care of. Both targets are confirmed
Type in
killed.
done. There's the prompt. Just gonna see those 5 stars.
They're done.
Ooh, skipped it.
I spammed enter.
Skipped it, but
past the
yeah.
final assassin.
So this is. I think there's no guideline for this. Of course, it's an accidental skip, and yeah,
Has happened to
I
I think
just-
everyone.
I'll just continue the adminning. He will get the point, but talk about it later.
All right, sure.
Up and now
Yeah, I mean, just like accidentally skipping the SA screen because you spam enter to get to it as fast as possible.
and for fun, I hit enter too fast. I don't care.
I mean, I did it as well at one point. Just excited to finish a map. But yeah, it's a map win to MattySpice, and Chrome will be the one picking next match.
Starts with M. Can be a few of them. As long as it's followed by a kappa, then I won't accept Mumbai as a choice. For now, he's still thinking.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I guess there's one pick that everybody's anticipating from ChromeX at this point. Seeing as behind his name in the Discord, he has in brackets Mendoza enthusiast.
Okay, so one more message is typing. He's definitely picking Mumbai,
Okay, indeed.
and now I can send him the message. It's just not easy when someone's having fun while doing the important parts of the message or the match. But not my choice, but not my decision to ruin anyone's fun. So as long as it's sort of official, then I can
Yeah.
take the pick, and we are going to go there at 10 past the hour.
Indeed, in about 5 minutes, we'll move on to Mendoza. Not Mendoza. I already said Mendoza myself. What the hell? No, but actually Mumbai. And I wanted to quote something from the briefing, but I haven't watched that often enough to be able to quote from it. So let's just refresh my and everyone's memory of the map Mumbai.
Evening 47. The militia has released a hostage tape, outing the existence of Providence to the world. This was a fatal mistake, and our analysts are tracing its origin as we speak. In the meantime, we have a lead on Lucas Gray's top lieutenant. Turns out the Delgado cartel's counterfeiting unit was creating fake IDs for the militia, and one operative in particular stands out, Wazir Kale, an infamous South China Sea pirate better known by his nom de guerre, the Maelstrom. The Maelstrom and his cutthroat band of outlaws were the scourge of the shipping industry in the post-recession years. But his reign of terror came to an end with the disastrous 2014 hijacking of the supertanker, Francis King. Chinese elite forces stormed the ship, resulting in the deaths of a dozen sailors and most of the Maelstrom's crew. But Kale slipped away unseen. The Maelstrom's connection to Grey is unknown, but we believe it was he who carried out the audacious killing of a Providence CEO in Shanghai, along with 2 reactivated members of his old pirate gang, Vanya Shah, a shady figure in Mumbai's criminal underworld, and Dawood Rangan, the gang's old cashier turned dodgy movie producer. Shah, Rangan, and the Maelstrom form Lucas Gray's Eastern Cell. They are a crack strike team, and stopping them is our client's most pressing concern. Unfortunately, the elusive Maelstrom appears to have vanished into the seedy underbelly of Mumbai, the cradle of his criminal legend, and no one knows his whereabouts or what he currently looks like. So, a bandit queen, a showbiz charlatan, and one certifiable ghost. I shall leave you to prepare.
And we are back with a blank screen from ChromeX, but I'm sure my OBS will sort that out in just a second here. For the, let me count, 4th map of the MattySpice vs ChromeX Roulette Raceway 2 match. Gonna go to Mumbai, which was chosen by ChromeX now, after he lost Whittleton Creek. And yeah.
Did you get the Chrome screen back? Because I'm a few seconds behind on you, so I
apparently not. I don't know. My OBS somehow does funky stuff because it's like not displaying anything here.
It's interesting because nothing changed with Chrome's stream.
I'll quickly just like switch scenes back and forth to maybe fix some OBS issues. Otherwise, I'm not quite sure what will happen here.
But if you don't get the screen, then I will delay the stream by 2 minutes.
Alright, I think it's loading now at least, so... Come on, you can do it.
Is it still loading?
Currently it's still loading, but at least it's loading. Now it's not doing... maybe... Okay, I see you added the minutes to the spin, I think. And now it's there. Perfect.
Aye.
Anyway.
Now I'm not gonna return the time because that's just...
yeah, that's just confusing then.
I'm gonna call you caster issues, but don't take it personally. It's just the shortest explanation I can give.
Oh, good. Yeah, you just in Discord send what each outcome of this match would mean, the grand scheme of this map would mean in the grand scheme of the match. You quickly wanna see that for the Shoutcast, the stream here as well.
Yeah, so Chrome leads 4-2, and after we double checked who picked which map, this is a Chrome pick. Chrome pick is not a prick at all. So if Chrome wins, then he wins 6-2 because it's 1st-to-6 match. If Matty wins this one, then he ties up 4-2, but Chrome has another pick because, of course, he will be the one losing Mumbai. And the Chrome pick is important because if we tie this one, then he loses the right to pick the next one. It is going to be back to Matty's pick, and the score changes to 5-3. So we will not be ending the match if we have a tie. So basically the only way we can end this match is if we see Chrome win Mumbai, because it's a 6-2.
Indeed. We have yet to see a tie on a Roulette Raceway map, I think. I don't think we've tied on one so far.
No. 6-4 and 6-0 been so far. No ties. It did happen a few times in the early rounds in Raceway 1. Not implying anything, but Mumbai is a longer map. And 30 minutes is a short time, so it wouldn't be surprising, even for good players like them, to tie there. Of course, 30 minutes are enough for a couple rounds. So all 3 options are on the table, in my opinion, and we'll see if this spin are catered to them or not. Wazir Kali, explosion accident as laundry foreman. Dawood Rangan, pistol as Queen's bodyguard. And Vanya Shah, kitchen knife as Bollywood crew, is the spin for Mumbai.
We again have like the disguise swapping, where you have a kill on Vanya using a disguise that's generally more in Dawood's area, and the kill on Dawood with a Queen's bodyguard, which is obviously a disguise that's more near Vanya Shah. And
it would be worse.
Yeah.
It would be worse in terms of disguise swap if the disguises were farther away in the fortresses. Queen's bodyguard will be acquired during the Vanya isolation, and the Bollywood crew is found at the bottom floor of the Rangan Tower, so you don't have to go up all the way for Painter, for example, or Dancer. So it could be worse. Laundry Foreman is unique. It's not straightforward, but it's not hard either. And an accident kill for Wazir means it's not the hardest kill just because it's loud.
Indeed. ChromeX starting Skywalk, which I think at this point is almost the start I'm gonna use on this map, because it allows you to isolate the Maelstrom quickly and easily.
Just quickly check the spin if Wazir is live, or some sort of an annoying accident, or consume poison, then you do some other start, but otherwise you're probably just going to always start Skywalk, which both of them did, and we saw the ChromeX isolation of the Maelstrom, and now we see the Matty isolation of the Maelstrom. The body is... I think that was close. In those situations you can get red guns sometimes, but Matty keeps his green ones, and is only 30 seconds behind very early in the spin.
Indeed. ChromeX, I think, is trying to get the laundry foreman disguise here. Who gets spotted lockpicking that door? Needs to
This
restart.
is the reason why he was watching, yeah. And he still got caught there, so it's just... It's such a awful dilemma, because this is the quick way in to get the foreman, and it's risky. And for the safe way, you have to go all the way around the laundry area, which may just be an extra minute. Maybe an overstatement, but lots of extra time.
I mean, even in roulette, even a couple of seconds can decide a whole lot in terms of timing and how you're able to catch certain targets and how not, and how everything just aligns, or you'll have to wait for another cycle of just some NPC.
Matty's not going to go for the laundry foreman first. If he's looking for a way to get into the construction area of the Rangan Tower, then we know that the Bollywood crew will be his first disguise. I think that is what he might do, because he doesn't have... I wasn't sure if he had the item to open a gate with, but he's not going there. He goes by the beach house, probably with a brick in hand. He can just do the full double isolation, but he's looking for something. He really is looking for something, and can't tell what.
Yeah, not entirely sure either. He might be looking for one of the furnaces though, which I think is exactly what he was looking for. Yeah, he's even going to use the prompt and get all of them on the move.
And this is the real crucial part of the spin, even if it takes so long. Now, of course, Vanya will make her way out of the train yard, followed by her assistant Rima and 2 Queen's bodyguards in gold. So that will be 4 knockouts, and these 2 will have to be knocked out as well, because they would spot the bodies. Matt is going for a different order, but he gets the 2 regular guards down before Vanya arrives.
It worked out
ChromeX.
for him.
ChromeX will just go for the disguise instead, and second try he gets the foreman, and that is going to be an advantage for him, because of course any part of this spin can be done at any point in time, but he doesn't have to go to the Taylor district anymore. So he can get this Maelstrom kill down very shortly.
Oof. And
and that's orange on the bodyguard.
Yeah, I got orange on the bodyguard, 2 unconscious witnesses, one being Vanya herself, which wouldn't be an issue, but also the bodyguard. The slight head turn turned his KO into a side KO, resulted in red guns.
So unlucky, because the initial impact on this last guard was a silent attack, but he bumped into him too hard, and he just 47 ran past by this last bodyguard, turning into a almost frontal KO.
Indeed. Chrome coming up on the Maelstrom kill. Melee needs to be careful now that he doesn't explode himself. But that's not the case. Explosion accident for the Maelstrom as the laundry foreman.
And he's out of the area now, so he may find some panicking guards, but not enforcers anymore. That's 1 kill down, and this double isolation to go. Unless, of course, Chrome believes that it's quicker to infiltrate the tower and the train yard one by one. This is a nice kitchen knife grab. Of course, it's an illegal action, but you are surrounded by fake NPCs who won't blow your disguise, blow your cover in time. So that's the kitchen knife done, and the bricks in hand actually, he will initiate this double isolation.
Indeed, he will end up having to run to get the Bollywood crew later on, but can of course isolate both targets and get the kill on Dawood.
And it's a different furnace than the one Matty used, but the targets will move at the same speed, which only really means that Chrome has a bit less time, or if you look at it another way, he has to wait a bit less for Vanya. And he's going to use his silenced pistol to start the knockouts.
Yeah, also something I haven't seen before, but of course works just as fine.
Me neither, and apparently these guards, or at least this single isolated guard, will move to a different container. So now it's 5 bodies you have to take care of, but he's alone. And then the rest are working semi-randomly.
Oh, that assistant walked a bit weird in a weird direction there, but...
Yep. Needed to hold my breath a bit myself, but I think that's done. And my only question would be if the metal workers will ever work in a way to ruin this isolation. Chrome is moving these bodies a lot, so I suspect that they can.
Yeah, exactly. She walked quite far off the train tracks, basically, and into the slums, so maybe that body might get spotted. But also he might not have... Oh, well, he still has a bit of time before Dawood exits the tower and is walking towards here as well.
Exactly, Dawood is the one that's taking so long. So with spending extra time here and even placing the brick in the in the other furnace inside the slums. Means that Chrome doesn't have to wait so long, and 7.5 minutes in. Not much left to go now, because he has everything for the Dawood kill, and he's one disguise away from the Vanya kill. Mikuler says that the metal workers can spot those bodies if when they are looking at the smoke outside and looking up and looking away, looking other directions. So good move on Chrome, and of course he had the time to do so. So understandable.
I'm curious how Chrome is trying to isolate Dawood here.
Well, he will not. Oh my goodness.
Head turns on guards that are investigating stuff.
Head turn to the left, to the right. It's just so annoying. And if you can't see it because it's in the dark, and you can just see that the head is turned, but which way exactly?
Yeah, and also it might turn while you're throwing.
Exactly.
Just annoying, and even more annoying that it puts him back at the start of the map now. Having to redo everything.
Yeah, some frustration with this one for sure. 18 minutes to go, that's plenty of time to try a couple more times, but having a run this good and failing it so close to the end, it's definitely going to sting.
Definitely, yeah. MattySpice is currently in the not sure what it's called, the laundry district or something.
I would have said something similar as well. I don't know exactly.
So I assume he's gonna try and acquire the laundry foreman while he's here.
Could be.
Also has a propane tank in hand, so that might be the next kill he wants to get. Also just discovering Mumbai as he's walking by.
He has a good 20 hours to go, but that's the wonders of Raceway, that you don't know which map you're gonna play. And although Chrome is one who is known for picking the longer and the less big maps, it is unfortunate because Matty definitely has to learn the map along the way, and he's making good progress so far.
Indeed. Might just have looked up the location or like Earth area of the laundry foreman, so you can now acquire him quicker. Same with ChromeX, he's also trying to acquire him. However, between them are about 4 minutes of in-game time.
Yeah, the Chrome might get this guy's first. He absolutely will, because seconds away. The difference is not only the 4 minutes, but the... I want to say Matty only isolated Vanya, because I don't remember the second part of the isolation. I think Dawood is still on the run. Which is an interesting choice. Of course,
Very
you
possible.
can just go to the penthouse, but that will make the rest of the spin a bit harder.
Do they eventually return from the... If you do the bricklayer and then like they're not complete and you don't do anything with them, do they eventually like return to their old cycles and walk back?
Yes, Dafu definitely does after 2 minutes, and I would expect Vanya to do the same. And I think it just go back to the last point in the cycle before the bricklayer, just continue it as if nothing happened. And I doubt you can do this for the second time. Could be weird if this whole thing is not a one-time isolation.
Yeah.
Tom is trolled by this enforcer. not gonna say super enforcer because he's not enforcing all the disguises, but he's enforcing most of them.
Yeah, stupid crowd enforcers. I already hate them
Oh,
on
yeah.
Miami. But also they're here.
Yeah, their only purpose is to make you use the crowds more, I guess.
New feature from Hitman 2, being able to hide in crowds, and I guess they wanted to force you to use that more.
Exactly. They added one to Paris for Hitman 2. There's a next to the area where the bare knuckle boxer is shaken or prepared. There's an enforcer which didn't enforce you in the suit in Hitman 1, but he does in Hitman 2. Anyway, just little side story. They both are in the laundry foreman disguise, and Chrome has the lead in terms of objectives completed, 1 kill to 0. Of course, Matty has Vanya isolated as well. And we'll catch up on the number of kills in a moment.
Indeed, ChromeX also just picked up his kitchen knife again. The pretty free one, I would guess. And is now moving towards Brick Furnace and towards Vanya. In the end, last time it did not entirely work out for him, throwing the bricks so early. He did not make it in time for his... I think he was tight on time for Dawood, so he is gonna throw it later this time. He's already here, he can just... doesn't have to drag Vanya in the end as well, because he can KO her quicker and everything. That's just definitely a good thing.
Yep, looks so solid and safe so fine. Just don't have to rush at all now. And Vanya is coming for the second isolation. And it's going to be hopefully similar to what we saw 6 minutes ago. So there's not really much to commentate on him. But hopefully he gets to keep his green guns longer this time. Matty also has the Maelstrom kill now.
What I thought was interesting, he set it up as a remote kill. So he leaked the propane and then used a remote taser, detonate it, so he didn't want to be close to the explosion while it was happening. Definitely makes sense, I guess. If you're afraid that, I don't know, the guards that are gonna come running might spot you or anything.
Better safe than sorry, so sure. And this isn't the most loadout heavy spin, so...
Exactly, if you have the loadout to spare.
Yep.
Might as well.
So I didn't catch all the reasons why Matty went back to the foreman's place. He got back his queen's guard disguise, but it is not the same as the queen's bodyguard disguise. That is important to take note of.
Dude, Queen's bodyguard is what Chrome is currently wearing.
It's the gold one. It's the one that's allowed in the train yard. And the regular guards, Queen's guards in white and grey, are not allowed in there. Matty is eyeing up Dawood, or looking at him and instinct. Hopefully it doesn't come to that strong kill. Just get the gold disguise from next to Vanya and infiltrate the tower this way.
Yeah, I would hope so. And ballot kills is never something that you want to encounter. Neither as a player, as an admin, or a caster or viewer. Well, maybe as a viewer. I don't know. But for everyone else, a wrong kill is just painful.
I'm just setting up the next match and discussing with the future players. We might have another match right after this one, so don't go anywhere.
Alright. So, I mean, it might be delayed until this one is done, or it's the current plan there. Right then, the clock for this spin is also ticking down ever so fast. We only have 9 minutes remaining. MattySpice rich. Yeah, he just ran up the stairs as a queen's guard.
Really ballsy play until I'm watching in the replay. Well, is it ballsy or is it experimental? Because he might, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't see that happening. I don't see. I'm not sure. I've never tried it, but I wouldn't think you're just able to run through the stairs of the tower using a trespassing disguise.
Yeah, I think part of this was desperation because he didn't know how to get to Dawood, but also he wasn't found for so long, so it makes sense to just keep trying. 9 minutes to go. I'm hoping for a MattySpice finish, but the odds are against him at this point because he ripped at 12 minutes.
Oh no, Chrome. That's an unconscious witness ×2 right there on his screen, isn't it?
That is number 2, which means it's, of course, only one of them can be.
Yep, and that's a restart. Heartbreaking. It was interesting. It was a new, or at least to me, it was a new Dawood isolation, one that I haven't seen in the past. Of course, I'm also not the most experienced player on Mumbai, but still, nice idea, nice play there. But the guard just wasn't fully tranked yet, and
also it was. Compromised action, target lockdown, so it's the bad news of getting your cover blown is spreading all too fast, and that resulted in one more orange NPC than needed. 7.5 minutes to go, and ChromeX has proven to be the quicker player, but with him dancing around, I don't see a way for him to finish. So this is going to be a tie. I have to say this quite early.
I would assume so. Yeah, Chrome is just taking laps around this support structure for the roof. I mean, 47 needs his exercise as well. Side, MattySpice still going. Got a close combat herd, is also restarting again now.
Well, we have some time. Don't want to call out Rocky at all. I wish him a lot of luck in the match after this one. He has 14 mastery in New York. He doesn't. It's a map. It's a tournament. You don't know the maps that you're picking, but he wants to get some mastery in the meantime. So he doesn't mind the delays at all. And we are going to see one more map at least.
Yeah. With how it currently looks, this map is gonna end in a tie. Chrome is even gonna showcase some roleplay for us. Mission story of the barber. One of the stories where you can kill the maelstrom with it, because at some point the maelstrom will show up.
Can you get the maelstrom kill in 5.5 minutes is the question.
Yeah, I mean, it does take a little bit, the mission story, but at least you can earn some cash on the side.
And he earns some curry coins though, is the question.
Yeah, that's true. maybe he doesn't. You can afford a taxi out of this map onto the next one. which is not yet determined.
So I guess we can talk a bit about what's happening in the near future. So the timer is going to run out in 5 minutes, and both of them are going to earn 1 point each, which is a 5-3 Chrome lead in a first to 6 tournament setting, which means Chrome hasn't won yet. He will need 1 more point. But the question of who's picking next, we talked about this in the past, and of course, it's always a question of what's fair and how to do it and what's the simplest method. But for Roulette Raceway 2, it's also the rule that if you pick and your pick is a tie, then you are not allowed to pick again. So the role of picking next mob falls on the other person. So Matty is thinking about probably the next pick, and if he can pick a map which he wins, then it will be a 5-5, and we'll cross the bridge when we get there. But we have exciting no time detection there.
And I guess actually with the time that we have right now, still 3 minutes and a little bit more. We can't even go over that. Just gonna repeat what you said there basically, because Chad was asking if this map is a tie, the score will be updated to 3 points for MattySpice and 5 points for ChromeX, and the player that didn't choose this map will pick next. That's gonna be MattySpice, because Chrome picked Mumbai. Mumbai is gonna be a tie, and therefore Chrome won't pick the next map. MattySpice will. If MattySpice is gonna win that next map, then we're gonna have a score of 5-5 and are gonna get a random decider without a time limit, which is should be able to get picked from the short map pool no matter what, I think. Are there?
Let's see what maps are left. I can find the right link.
If I can count correctly, 3 short maps are already out of the tournament, being Dartmoor, which was banned, Hokkaido, which was the first RNG big, and Whittleton Creek, which was picked earlier as well.
So Dartmoor has been banned, Hokkaido has been played, Whittleton has been played, and that leaves us with Dubai, New York, and Paris. Indeed.
And one of those could potentially be picked as the next map by MattySpice, but even if even in that case, we would still have 2 maps from the short map pool for the decider, which means the decider is going to get picked from those 2 maps, or 3, depending on the next map pick here. ChromeX still shaving people, while MattySpice is converting this into a kill everybody challenge or something.
Channeling his inner Improv Royale participant. Meme Junkie's next event is coming to you in mid-October, where part of the challenge is playing any percent no loadout, no instinct. We have the any percent part, which is why I brought this whole comparison up.
Indeed, any percent with SA, Silent Assassin, not required.
One more minute and just think about the moral dilemmas of having to call a draw, when to call a draw, and there's a long saying by Froth from the early tournaments, and the ties happened much more often, is just to, well, I'm going to quote him, is let them suffer, because it is understandable if you think about the fact that you are also hoping your opponent not finish.
Exactly, that's the other thing.
And it's also some pressure you have to take, and if you remove those last 7 minutes from them, last 7 minutes of stress, then it's less of a mental competition, which Roulette is also about. But they are confirming it tied to each other, so I'm going to do some adminning and get the next map to you guys.
Meantime, did run out now, so now the tie can officially be called. Dubai and Mumbai, which was picked by ChromeX, is gonna end in a tie. Both players will get 1 point, bringing us to a score of 5-3 or 3-5, depending on which way you look at it. And MattySpice will now be picking our potentially last map. However, if MattySpice wins this, we will go to a random decider. And people not... next map pick by MattySpice is gonna be Bangkok in about 5 minutes. And let's refresh our memories about Jordan Cross, Ken the Brick Morgan, why they are targets, and what exactly is going on at the Himopathian Hotel.
Good morning, 47. Your destination is the Himapan Luxury Hotel Resort on the Chao Phraya River, just outside Bangkok. Your main target is Jordan Cross, the lead singer of The Class, a renowned indie rock outfit recording their highly anticipated sophomore album. But this millennial poster boy harbors a dark secret. 1 year ago, promising young actress Hannah Highmore fell to her death from Cross's penthouse loft in Dumbo, New York. According to the police, Miss Highmore's death was a tragic accident, but her parents remain unconvinced. They firmly believe that Cross murdered Hannah and only escaped justice due to the power and influence of his father, billionaire media mogul Thomas Cross. A secondary target, Ken Morgan, corporate fixer and attorney to the Cross family, is also staying at the hotel. Cunning and unscrupulous, Morgan was a key agent in the cover-up of Hannah Highmore's murder and Jordan Cross's subsequent acquittal. The Highmores understandably want retribution, and while the system may be powerless, ICA is anything but. I will leave you to prepare.
All right, we are back with the fifth map.
Number 5, yes.
Yeah, 5th map of the MattySpice vs ChromeX Roulette Raceway 2 match. We are gonna go on to Bangkok in about 1:40, which was picked by MattySpice. And Matty now needs to win this map in order to take it to a 5-5 score, which would equal in one more last map being played and a random decider. Everything else would indicate a Chrome win, even if this map is gonna get a tied. Chrome would still win 6-4. They're not entirely sure. I don't think there is a cooldown on the timeout someone, but there definitely is a you can only submit a redeem it once per stream, if I remember my own settings correctly.
I think you said something similar in the past. But yeah, to simply put, ChromeX, all ChromeX needs is to not lose this spin. And that can be a tie or that can be a win, because all he needs is one more point.
Indeed.
I personally don't hope that this is going to be a second tie in a row. And I mean, it's not going to be the simplest spin ever, but it is, well, Bangkok spins are more than doable in 30 minutes, so with this much in the line, let's hope for the best for both of them. Number 5, Bangkok is coming up. And, you can run down the spin now.
Alright then. Jordan Cross got eliminated using an SMG as the groundskeeper. Ken Morgan using a fire axe as Abel De Silva, the replacement drummer for Jordan Cross's band.
I can't even remember anymore who was the original one, but yeah, he's the replacement, or the one who came late and just can't meet with Jordan, and 47 disguises him, just provides some comedy gold as he uses the drums with a straight face and impressing everyone.
Indeed. Good old mission stories. Always nice to see.
The lounge. They closed it
Yeah,
off.
let's see. MattySpice. Already loading in. Looking in the general direction of Abel De Silva, so I assume that might be his first victim here. If he can get in
Starting
there.
suit. Which I shouldn't be surprised, because I think I would also start with suit and get these groundskeepers on the roof. We'll see
Actually,
if
yeah.
Chrome does the same. He has the combers in hand and makes one sedated, the other one KO'd. That's maybe... No, he's going to ninja
is
this
he?
disguise away.
Ah. Also makes sense.
Because you can make the people right here. Not right here, but the floor above.
He definitely could.
With some good timing. If you can dodge this camera, because it's also important not to get caught by them.
Yeah, Bangkok and Boss definitely are the cameras, I guess. It's not impossible or by any means to take them out, but it's just so tedious to do it. Max arriving just in time for the Peekaboo and Jordan.
I fucking did it.
It is going to require one bullet distraction against those cross bodyguards who has to turn around. And this is how Chrome keeps the green guns, and with this SMG in hand, presumably, because he has plenty of items from suit start and the agency pickup, he gets the first kill down. He's just on Ken Morgan kill away from winning. And Matt is having fun with the this disguise grab.
Yeah, the fire extinguisher explosion. He did celebrate getting that done, definitely.
And Chrome is... My bad.
All good, go ahead.
And Chrome is eyeing that recording crew who has the letter Neil, which can be placed on the reception kiosks or table. And not this cycle at 1 minute 50, but after the second cycle around 4.5 minutes, Ken will read that letter and make his way down to the basement, which is clever isolation.
Definitely, basically.
It doesn't require any disguises or items.
Yeah.
It's just going to take a few extra minutes, and that time can be used to get Abel De Silva, but you are not allowed in there as a groundskeeper. You need to be a waiter, or I guess a crew, or Jordan's person.
Yep. There is, if I remember correctly, there's a way from 47th suite. If you just go out the balcony, slide down a pipe, you should end up there.
Correct.
Pipe also ends down here, so you could just climb it up, which is exactly what ChromeX is going to do here.
Same pipe, different direction, and now the only question is, where's Abel? That might be a peekaboo, which is not ideal. That is not going to be a peekaboo, it's just enough not to be one. And we are looking for a man in the hat on instinct. And there he's walking towards the meadow lounge, and we'll end up here at the balcony. He's just going to be one drone distraction away, and Chrome will make it extra safe by using a calmer shot on him, I'm fairly sure.
In the meantime, MattySpice did get recorded by cameras. Currently yellow, he has to take them out at some point. But having a security disguise already helps a lot with that. Whenever he did, when he just stood in front of the security center, he didn't have the key card. Oop, exiting to menu.
Yeah, I think that's a misclick. Matty's looking to try again.
Probably.
And Chrome has the disguise. The problem is that who will the body be found if the door opens? It seemed a bit risky on my end, but I just didn't have a grasp of the view cones. Chrome is out of that room. Ken is coming to the reception. And we'll read that letter. Now the only question is, how do you infiltrate the basement and the storage room? Probably by going all the way around this area.
Yeah, most likely. Although you are obviously allowed here as crew, and you can just like, yeah, take this door. Need to dodge that guard.
Can you dodge that guard? Yeah. Oh, of course, because it counts as a ceiling shot for whatever reason. So the guard will make his way all the way up, which means now he can go in. The camera isn't working anymore. And now the only question is, where will this isolation take place? If it's this room, then the last objective, or the last obstacle rather, is dodging the two NPCs outside this room, talking about the fumigation. Because after they finish their conversation, they start to roam around this area, this room, and the atrium, I guess.
Exactly. They do have points in their cycle where they end up in this very room. So you need to be careful with that. MattySpice, another restart, gets caught trespassing, if I saw that correctly.
Is he plans to crew start now, recording crew start, and he is going to get his letter first, which has its own risk, I have to say, unless he can drag the body in a way that I don't know about, because people do investigate or do come in this room after a while, so using a sedative item is almost needed. Will impact notice to get the enforcer away, alright, but it's another enforcer that's I had no idea who's enforcer of this kind. It's not. It's
that disguise is enforced by a lot of people, and now Chrome.
And Chrome gets ripped by all the NPCs who come in this room. He plays the gun for Otis, Ken's bodyguard, but his being a VIP bodyguard will not investigate it.
That's a restart from both of them almost simultaneously. And yeah, we'll see. Chrome was very close in his strat to finishing, and now got ripped by that lady who can spot you if you grab the disguise there. That's happened to me.
Yeah, he can.
A lot.
Similar restarts. Chrome is the one who has a more formed plan, even if it's going to take a solid 7 minutes, but he has a good chance of finishing in 7 minutes. Matty is still exploring his options. Of course, he knows the map, but there are still he still needs to find his groove in this map. Whether it's going to be Jordan first or Ken first.
I mean, it's I wouldn't say Bangkok's necessarily an easy map to figure out with, like, especially Jordan being in a very secluded area where not lots of disguises have access to.
Yeah, for sure, this is one of the harder to target missions, and I'm not even sure which would be even harder than this, and longer. Yeah, this is what they have to work with, and Chrome missed the Jordan peekaboo. If he's going for, oh boy, so he's going for the kill now, but wouldn't make 100% sense to just restart Leap, and he's going to try for a backup. But since he's going to wait for Ken anyway, you might as well just go up to the top floor and get the kill there.
Indeed, entering this room, getting a bit of whoosh, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
And there we go, Chrome goes up, but oh,
wow.
It was an NPC with a 147% of suspicion meter.
Yeah. That would have been a pretty loud whoosh if he could have heard it.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, I almost forgot about it.
Yeah, me too, but guess I noticed it again. You don't hear whooshes right now.
So is this the room? Apparently, this won't be seen. Dexy was coming up, but she's going away from Jordan, so I guess that's it. And that's even if it took a minute more, he has the first kill down, and everything is going to be the same for ChromeX. If anything, he will have to wait less for Abel and then for Ken.
Indeed.
And he's going to stay in his trespassing disguise, which is neither good nor bad. It's just a matter of fact, because you lose time for trying to get a disguise, which you would gain back by not having to go all the way around this trespassing area. I think it's all fine on his end, and next destination is Abel de Silva.
I guess first letter, Neil.
The letter, yeah, you're right.
The one he's supposed to bring down to reception a few hours ago.
A few spins ago.
A few spins ago, yeah, indeed.
When we started this match a few hours ago. Oh, and he's going to get the disguise as well, which will allow him to enter the Meadow Lounge.
Exactly. There's a few enforcers around for this disguise, as MattySpice has also demonstrated earlier. So it's gonna be a little bit of anxious hiding, I guess. Not easy to navigate, but definitely doable.
Hard. I think the optimal route is just to wait for that enforcer, as painfully long he's.
I mean, waiting in roulette always seems painfully long, but more often than not, it's the correct, or in my opinion, the correct thing to do.
Yeah, in roulette you can afford it. I guess a bit less in these days, if players are getting faster, but just in general. Always better to take some extra time than having to restart, and we can see ChromeX's perfect timing on Abel. And despite having yellow guns, Matty has the beginning of this spin figured out, because in about a minute he got the groundskeeper disguise, And he's getting ready for the peekaboo, but I don't think that's strong enough though. You have to stay there a bit longer after the peekaboo ends.
Maybe not. Nope.
I think now it is going to work. It's just, unfortunately, just the middle of everything. So he would need to use one more throne distraction, in my opinion, to isolate him completely.
Ooh, but wow, apparently it works out.
Ballsy isolation, but works out for him. If that door has closed, then it's guaranteed. It's most likely going to be fine now. And with the body hidden, it's confirmed. He's also one kill down and 1 kill to go.
Indeed, and I'd say arguably the harder kill done, Jordan Cross. Being all the way up in his penthouse. Recording studio is harder kill, and guess the letter isolation for Ken is rather known. MattySpice also just picked up that ladder. So I assume he made that, he sedated that NPC earlier as well. And well, he has woken up by now, but the letter will stay there on the ground once it's dropped once.
So if things go well, then Matty's just 1 cycle behind. Which is, of course, like 2 minutes-ish, but... Or is he? Because 6.5 minutes, Ken should be in this room if he got the letter at 5. So I think Chrome is taking 1 more cycle. I actually don't remember him placing the letter.
Yeah, I think he just did it, so...
So he did it as Abel de Silva after the 2nd cycle at 5 minutes. Okay, so
I think
probably just missed 1 more.
Is getting very close. Obviously, MattySpice is currently still missing the Abel de Silva disguise. But looks like that's where he's headed now. But guess he will find out now that is sadly trespassing for him, or he's not allowed in there.
Yeah, Matty needs a disguise to get to the disguise. Abel is definitely hardest disguise to get. And Chrome is definitely now playing the waiting game on these stairs. Trying to dodge this security. Trying to dodge everyone and anyone. Nerves are definitely playing a factor.
And there's Ken coming.
But those 2 NPCs have now left the room. And that's a soft lockdown because, of course, it's another illegal item flash. And he's hunted. Chrome rips again.
And MattySpice ripped as well.
Also rips.
You really think you're getting away?
I mean, if you're hunted, then it's over. Even if it's an unlucky hunted, but now it's an unconscious witness as well. That was always gonna be over, Chrome.
Yeah, I mean, red guns from hunted or anything are generally not the ones you can get. Get back.
Maybe in Berlin with the ICA agents. Those are the only targets you can get hunted with either or in combat. That is for another time. I mean, it is just so frustrating, sad, unfortunate that he had basically the whole spin down. Just this one mistake of holding the illegal item cost him.
I mean, he had it basically done twice at this point.
Trying to rush the final minute of the spin. And now Chrome is yellow, which gives him even more to do.
Yeah, I mean, there is that lady that walks through the security center. You can enter behind her, snipe the evidence, and get out in time, or at least you should be able to.
He has the silence pistol, so should be doable. Now Chrome doesn't get the peekaboo either, and Matty gets ripped while KOing a tech crew, who is playing a part in the peekaboo, I guess. He has some permutations, but some people asking in the chat what can happen now, what will happen now. You can still see a finish and someone taking both points. And if Chrome wins, then he wins the match. If Matty wins, then it's 5-5 and an RNG decider from the short map pool. And of course, if we don't see a finish in the next 9 minutes and 10 seconds, then Chrome will win 6-4, as both players get 1 point again.
Indeed. Tournament organizer knows his own rules. Very nice.
Thank God. Just tell me if I'm wrong about anything.
I think that was perfect. Oh, ChromeX now encountering bugged sedating NPCs.
Well, at this point they are an enemy. But yeah, I guess it's unfortunate for Chrome because he cannot get the disguise. But what really matters is that he got the letter.
Did he get that already though?
If you syringe them, then they drop items immediately. Okay. So that should work. And he fell after a minute. Apparently, it's not an infinite loop, but long enough so that you can get 3 coins. Now, if he's lucky, then oh my God! Now there's the enforcer blocking his way.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna grab coins and try, like, I don't know, audio luring him to get him out of his bugged state there. Meantime, MattySpice got caught trespassing in the recording studio.
Yeah, so Matty definitely got to the Jordan kill part of his spin before. Just has to get back to that point so that he can have 1 kill down with green guns. Then he definitely still has a chance in this map and match. Yes, Rocky, whenever this ends, sorry to interrupt you, then we are going to have a 10 to 15 minute break, but that's including, so 10 to 15 minutes from the last finish to the first spin arriving. So however that will be distributed with stream ending and intros and whatever, that will have to be seen. But yeah, this channel after this one, Rocky Horse 6000 against Cobble 00122 for the second match of the day.
Indeed. Basically same people behind the streams, just different players. Because In4Fun will still be joining me for that shoutcast, if I'm not entirely mistaken.
If I'm not mistaken, then yeah, I can stay as well.
Alright. Rocky, the short answer, yes. Yes, with
that's on me, I guess.
All good, all good.
I'm trying to engage in some conversations 2 minutes and 6 seconds into this match. Not a good idea.
Excuse me.
Same viewers except the 2 that are watching now and playing later, I suppose.
But we might get the 2 that are playing now and watching later, though.
I certainly hope so.
Oh, MattySpice getting caught trespassing again in the penthouse as the ground skier. Not entirely working out for him that he tries to get Jordan on the top floor.
Yeah, upstairs is always extra risky because people don't go there often, and that is also lots of NPCs there which can spot you, and you have to improvise a lot there.
I think Chrome was thinking about getting the cameras in the meantime. He had a good shot, I think, while the an NPC walked into the security room, opened the door for him. But he also already set up the can kill. There's that little sound effect that plays.
Big moment, and I can see the kill now.
Both targets
On
down.
Ken Morgan.
Towards an exit.
Finally. We are not going to have the same approach, PG, because we are going to see a finish here. One objective still to go, and Chrome changing to the similarly bad disguise of Morgan's bodyguard. He has to leave. He has to... The problem is that now he's not even allowed in the same part of the hotel. These two guards will tell him that he can't enter, and I really hope he stops here.
Ah, looks like he can. Ah, no, he can't. Okay. They literally did not tell him though.
It's really trolled by the guards, but it is.
I guess it's literally because the guards recognize him as another guard instead of telling him, "Hey, you can't pass." Because I from experience, just like I feel like guards talk different to other guards than like to just regular people.
Exactly, I never thought about this one. So what is going to... I have no idea now what is going to happen. Chrome, I think, is going to lure a guard here, take his guys, and go all the way around. 3 minutes to go. It is... At this point, it's 50-50 if Chrome can get this, I feel like. Oh, what an end to this match. We didn't talk about Matty finishing his last run. He is not going to finish Bangkok, and as we talked about it, that all Chrome needs to do is not lose. Matty needed to win and finish Bangkok first, which will not happen now, so we know that Chrome is going to win this match. The result does depend on this last 2.5 minutes though, and that's why we're hoping that Chrome can finish this one.
Indeed, it's either gonna be a 4-6 finish if Chrome can now get the cameras, or if he can't, and it will be a tie. It will be a 4-6 finish for Chrome, otherwise it will be 3-7.
Holding my breath. I'm not sure if that security outside does anything. I think he's fine now. No extended elections. Green guns. This guy doesn't have any trespassing areas. I'm not sure about the enforcers. I can see one at the reception. Watch out for the...
Yeah, that's like the reception.
Oh, oh my goodness, Chrome. Oh my goodness. Oh. This is it.
I wanted to say it's like the one receptionist which like enforces almost everyone. But I guess we'll end it with another tie.
It is going to be over at this point, yeah.
I will update the score on screen for you for the last few minutes, seconds of the Shoutcast to admire them.
Oh, I keep forgetting it because Chrome didn't listen to the whooshing sound, most likely.
Oh yeah.
Even if you could see it, it was obvious from the white dot. If you don't hear, then it's always a different situation. Ay.
Indeed. So, Chrome doesn't take Bangkok, but takes the match, wins 6-4 against MattySpice, will move on to the next round in the tournament.
Brackets are updated. I'm not sure about your scenes. I can reveal the next opponent if there's no fancy scene for that.
Did you update challenge already?
I updated it, but I think Chris said yesterday that doesn't really want to update itself. So
let's see, where is it? No, it's updated for me.
Yeah.
ChromeX will face Toby Norton. in the second round of Roulette Raceway 2. And yeah, I'm going to cut this very short because we have another match coming up in about 15 minutes here, I assume. I thank everyone for watching. Thanks to the players for playing, obviously, and congratulations to ChromeX for winning this match. Thanks to In4Fun for co-casting and adminning this match for us.
Happily, it was great fun.
Definitely. And yeah, thanks again to everyone. I will stop the stream here so I get 2 separate VODs beauties to upload later, and in a couple of minutes I will have reset everything and we're good to go again. So yeah, see you there.